world? It's your boy Trees Trim signing on, screaming, go get the money. Man, we just touched down to Long Beach, California. We in the Wrigley area right now, trying to expand our audience with the Hot Seat Podcast. So right now we at a beautiful brewery in the Wrigley area. Like I said before, man, we're gonna have a couple of beers. We got some interviews lined up. So stay tuned, it should be fun. Yee! What up, world? It's your boy Trees Trim signing on, screaming, go get the money. And you know what it is, man. It's another hot seat, hot take. Right now, I'm sitting down with Erick Foreman at Erick Foreman Studio. It's a tattoo studio out here in Long Beach, California. So we're going to dig in his business a little bit and figure out what his true vision is and how far he's going to take this thing, man. Thank you for having us, my brother.
Hey, it's a pleasure, bro.
Yes, sir.
This is dope.
Yes, sir.
This is dope. And I'm Erick Foreman, a Long Beach-based tattoo artist, and we're in my studio. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look at this, bro. This is what I got.
Hell yeah.
And this was all built from, I mean, before this was my studio, this was actually a really shitty at-home gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this was an at-home gym, and you know, got my savings, went into my savings, and just like remodeled the whole thing, and just made it my place, bro. Because you know, you're a barber, so if you're not in your zone, it's your temple. And I'm putting permanent work on you guys, so I'd love to be in my zone when I'm doing it, and I've done a pretty good job doing it. So
okay, so usually how we start things off is like, who are you? You kind of gave us a little bit of your background.
Yeah.
Man. So leading up to tattooing, like how'd you figure out you want to be a tattoo artist, or have you always been drawing?
yeah, so it's pretty cool because when I got into tattooing 3.5 years ago, I pretty much started realizing that as a kid, I was into drawing. I was into just looking at an image and copying it, especially cartoons. Because as you can tell in my art, I love cartoons. It's kind of what really got me into art itself.
Okay.
But mostly I was drawing maybe about 5 years ago, and I was painting. And it was this one December where I was like, you know what? I put painting down, and I just wanted to like just paint that December because it was raining, and I was in the house just, you know, doing nothing. So went to Michael's, got my stuff, got my canvases, and bro, literally I started doing art shows. It all came quick, like art shows and events, and I became like, you know, a well-known artist for someone who's coming up, because you know, you really got to just put your work out there and people will speak for you. You can't call yourself an artist, you know? Right. I mean, you can, but there's...
You can, but let the people speak, huh?
yeah, it makes you feel better. So then at the time, I was like getting tattooed all the time. So I said, you know what? Like, I'm selling commissions, I'm selling paintings, stickers. This is cool, but this is like side money as I'm working my 9 to 5 as a diesel technician. Oh, snap. So, you know, like fast forward maybe 2 months, just with the thought of me becoming a tattoo artist. Right. And I got my machine. Really? And once I got my machine, bro, I just started tattooing every day. Wow. That's dope. And another fast forward for 3 years later.
Who was letting you tattoo on them?
Oh, man, my sister was my first victim.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah. So fast forward, okay, you jump into this game. You obviously love it. You love being, you know, doing art. And then now it's a permanent art. Yeah. How long did it take to reconstruct this whole place and to make it look how you wanted it to be?
I'd say, well, like, the true answer to that is it's never going to stop. I always want to keep making it, like, better. Right. But, like, I had it well established maybe 2 months into the project. It was, all my things were up. Everything was painted. The walls were painted. I had my, you know, everything, like, organized how I wanted it to. And even over time, I still built it and moved things around to make it more, like, my vibe. So okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So a lot of people start off in a tattoo shop
or that's their vision once they become a tattoo artist. They want to work in a shop.
Yeah.
What made you want to do this like kind of from home or on your own type deal? A lot of people did that in the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've been doing it a little longer than that.
Bro, a lot of people did a lot of things in the pandemic.
yeah. That's how I started working from home in the pandemic.
Yeah. So,
I'm back out now, but yeah. So how'd that come about?
Honestly, man, okay, wait, what was the real question though?
A lot of people usually want to work in a shop.
Okay, so
and
because I have a lot of things to say about that. So like, honestly, I think my main thing is I'm so impatient, bro. I am so impatient. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Since a kid, I've been impatient. I wanted something. I want to go get it.
Okay.
Like, and I don't mean like when you're a kid, you really can't just say I'm gonna go get it. You're a kid, bro.
Right.
But I've always been the type to like sell stuff at school to get what I wanted.
Right.
So when tattooing came about in my life, I pretty much said like, okay, I know the process it takes to become a tattoo artist, and that's apprenticeships, that's paying your dues. And even though I respect that, bro, I really just like kind of just jumped in the game. And I tattooed every single day once I was able to, and I didn't really like go straight to a shop because I knew what it was gonna do to my like time process of becoming like a better tattooer. You know, I do my first tattoo, it came out shitty, but I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to like just do one tattoo a week and then expect great results. So if I was looking for an apprenticeship at a shop or anything, I'd have to stop. So that joy I got from that first tattoo that I did, I didn't want to cut that off. So I kind of just said, I guess this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I accepted the course I was taking, and I just took it serious because you have to take it serious if you're gonna be on some like I'm self-made, you still have to take it serious.
So you didn't go the traditional route to get here?
No, because the time it takes to get, to get good, and the time it takes to become a tattooer who could even tattoo anyone. Because shops have this thing where you can only tattoo certain designs, and they have more control over what you can do, which is respectful. I respect it. I think that's like very, very good because you avoid doing bad
work coming out of your shop.
Yeah. So I guess really like I was just avoiding all that, and I knew what I had to do. So yeah.
Well, it seems like it's working out. What would you say is your specialty, man? I know you say you're really into the cartoon type art, but do you have a specialty when it comes to your tattooing?
Traditional, American traditional, that's what you call it, and fine line.
Fine line?
So I actually learned fine line after really getting down traditional, because that was like my main thing at first. I wanted to just learn traditional. And then there's a style called neo-traditional where you add fine line, thin lines into that thick, bold line outline. So mixing those two together, I just started like just doing straight fine line. And I was taught by some people, but for the most part, man, like I think my style is both. Like I could finesse fine line and I could finesse traditional. So I think I just love tattooing so much that I never really try to give myself just one lane.
Yeah, versatility.
You know? Yeah, like people love it, man. You know, you have to be versatile because if you're a one-trick pony, you know what that,
Yeah, that one trick kind of burns out eventually, for sure.
It burns out, and it doesn't. You're not showing people what you could do. You know, even people who speak for me and say you're traditional, and I'm like, I guess you could say that, but I do look at myself as someone who could like really execute fine line. And although there's always artists who just have one specialty, right now how I'm moving, it's both, man. And I'm okay with that, you know. So and I'm loving it. You gotta love the process, bro. You gotta have fun with it. It's not. It is a job sometimes, but
when it's your passion, though, it doesn't feel so much like work.
Nah, for sure.
I agree. I agree.
And I appreciate you guys, doing this because I'd love to like vocalize my thoughts on what it is to be like a self-made tattoo artist who, although I did get help from others, a lot of my work, man, a lot of my hustle really just came from me just making something out of nothing. And taking advice from others, taking advice and getting that helping hand when I need it, because we can't always just get the answers in our head or online, especially this craft,
Seriously. And I think sometimes that's the confusing thing about self-made. Like self-made means, you went out and got it, but along the way, you're gonna always need a little, a little advice, a little, kicking the ass to get you going. So, that right there is It's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
What? You got any events or anything coming up, or what's coming up new? Oh, okay. Yeah. What's up with this? All right. What's up with the merch, man?
I know, right? So I have T-shirts dropping very, very soon. Actually, let me. There you go. This is the back, and this is the front. Because no one likes a T-shirt that's just
plain.
You know,
I need to hit on. I need to hit in the front and the back.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I got this drop coming up soon, and after that, I just plan on doing more merchandise. It could be sweatpants, it could be beanies, and to be real with you, man, I don't want to start a clothing brand.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I just want people to collect my art without feeling like, oh, I need a tattoo from Erick, because if I don't get a tattoo, I can't collect from him.
Right, right.
And me, as someone who loves like just coming up with dope shit and designs, it's like, man, it kind of sucks how it's a one-time thing. Like it's a one-time thing, as in I do a tattoo on you that's sick, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
This I could
you can see it on produce. You might walk out and see it on the street anywhere, right?
And I could mass produce for the love of my craft and my art, not for like, oh, okay, I need to make money off everyone who fucks with me, you know?
Right, right.
It's not really like that. It's just more so of like, I want everyone who does support me to have something more than just a tattoo, and people who can't get a tattoo. Bro, there's people who follow religious like meanings behind why they don't want it. You know, there's religious people. There's people who, honestly, let's be real, some people can't afford it. You know, a tattoo isn't cheap. You know,
right.
Just morals, family, anything, man.
More conservative, just don't
exactly,
do it, right.
Jobs. So I could just be like, hey, here's a shirt, here's a sticker, here's some shorts, here's a cart freshener, and they'll be like, sick, I got some from Erick. And it wasn't a tattoo. It was something that's, you know, that could hold tangible.
That's fire. That makes a lot of sense, man. Now, you was telling me you got the website kicking off in a couple of weeks, right? A few weeks from now. So drop that right now. Let them. I gotta make sure they get your ats, and make sure they get the future website and what to expect from that.
Okay, so the website's gonna be www.erickforeman.com. Right? It's cool. That's all you need, man.
Yes,
erickforeman.com.
You're keeping it real simple. I like that you use your name too, because a lot of times when you use your name, it's like that's your real stamp. Like everything you do has your name on it. So I know you put a lot of effort and a lot of pride into that. So I think that's tight.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm fortunate enough to have a catchy little name, instead of it just being like a kind of flat name.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's cool. You could tie it up with 70 Show and see, my thing behind that is I made my Instagram account, so I made it in high school, and I think my first name was just like Erick whatever. And then senior year I changed it to Erick Foreman because I was watching that 70 Show. Yeah. So then I kept it ever since, and when I started tattooing and I started painting and all that, people caught on to like, oh, Erick Foreman, Erick Foreman the artist. And I'm like, you know what? Once I started tattooing, I'm like, bro, Erick Foreman tattoos. You get a tattoo by me, and someone's gonna ask you who'd you get it by. You're just gonna remember Erick Foreman tattoos because like we all know that 70 Show, and if you don't, well, you're young.
Then you missed out.
Yeah. You're
Go
young,
check that out ASAP.
So that's where I got it, and like you said, I can put it out there, stamp it. It's me, and I spelled it differently, so I can't get, I added the E, and even that makes a big difference with, like, what is it, trademarking?
All absolutely.
That? Yeah, so
absolutely.
That's pretty much the whole rundown on, like, my name and how it came about. It was kind of like a accident, but really, it flowed.
It's working.
You gotta go with the current, bro. Don't go against the grain. Don't go against the current. If it feels right, flow with it, because the best thing you can do is just give it everything you got. If it doesn't work, I believe that like you're only gonna get further the more times you fail and the amount of times you get back up, because I know how many times I've failed on projects, bro, that like I've done tattoos that I'm so fucking ashamed of. But that was in my early on days. Just imagine if I would have stopped. Just imagine if I would have stopped at the second time I messed up. So it's almost as if like the more errors you make, hopefully they're not the same errors, but the more you make and the more times you get back up, that builds like I can almost do anything I want to do type of mentality. So
so I was just about to ask you too, what's some advice you would give to a young artist? And that sounds like it's it, man. Keep going. Keep going.
Failure is, they're not L's, bro. They're lessons. They're not losses or lessons, you know? And my biggest advice is just be authentic. don't try to cookie cut, because cookie cutting only, if it works for you, it will only last for so long.
Yeah.
You know, so be authentic and really go with your strongest desire you have. Because there'll be days where you want to do something that's for you, and you might have a funky day, but if in that funky day you can still do it because that's what you love, that's your shit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to, like, if you feel like you have to have a crazy burst of euphoric endorphins and all this
to
just
go
to do
it, right?
Yeah,
right.
I think you might be a little inconsistent, and consistency is everything.
Yeah,
so,
most definitely.
You know, consistency, having a passion, no cookie cutting. That's the biggest thing you can, like, just add on to your work ethic.
Dope.
You know, work ethic is everything, man. You know, I don't know how many times I've heard, bro, do you take days off?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, like, the days I have to. My mom's birthday.
Right.
It's my sister's birthday.
Right.
You know, I'll take
So
a day
when somebody's
off,
trying to book with you, it's like you don't have no set hours that you work, or how does it work? If I want to book a tattoo with you, what do I have to do?
I go on my calendar and I see what days are available. And if I already got 2 people and just I can so happen to make it work and squeeze you in, but not really squeeze you in because I know I work all day and I'm okay with it, then we'll work with that.
So people just call you direct?
They'll direct message me through Instagram. So if you do want to book with me, you can go through Instagram, and by the time this video drops, you can go on my website and book with me.
Yes,
and
sir.
You'll have the form up there so you can fill out, and just please be descriptive. So yeah, give me your ideas, and I'll bring anything to life. And I love saying that because I know I can, man.
Yeah.
I don't try to tell people, no, I can't bring your idea to life. What I will do, if I feel like it might not work, I'll just simply be like, this is a better route, so we can give you a better tattoo. Because that's the whole thing. You want to make a design and someone's idea into a tattoo. Not into a cool design, because it's not a t-shirt I'm making, it's a tattoo. So the way a person's arm is or leg is, there's flow to it. And I like to make sure my tattoos aren't on you, they're a part of you. Because that's pretty, you know.
I think that's how we about to end this hot seat, hot take, man. Again, I'm right here with Erick Foreman, straight out of Long Beach, California, man.
I appreciate that,
If you're trying to get you got the sign right here, DM for tattoos, man. Get at him. He's got a dope studio right here. I'm loving the art, and I might have to book me something, man. So I'll be in touch, brother.
Thanks again, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Later, guys. All right. Cool.
Yeah. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was good.